we shall start our discussion on the similarity and dimensional analysis of hydraulic machines. You know that till now we have discussed about pumps. If we try to recall, starting from the derivation of Euler equation of motion applied to pump, we have discussed several issues related to the operation as well as performance of the radial flow pump, axial flow pump, and also we have discussed about the positive displacement pump for its operation, and also we have critically discussed about the issues which the system designer should take into account while designing the system for the positive displacement pump operation. Now, today we are going to discuss about the similarity analysis. You have perhaps studied this chapter in detail during undergraduate fluid mechanics course. During the fluid mechanics course, probably you know the objective behind studying this particular topic. Now, today we will see that why this particular topic is so important when we are trying to understand the performance, operation, and also the system design perspectives of the pumping system in general. So, I mean to start with, we can discuss that what is similarity. Perhaps you know that the similarity is very common term, and we very often use this term for a comparison among many things, like in the context of, I mean we are applying, or we are trying, very often we try to find out similarity among objects, among things, among processes, be it in the context of our professional life, be it in the context of any natural phenomenon, be it in the context of any mechanical device, mechanical system. So, what do you mean by similarity? Very common example is that, I mean we have always tried to compare our own performance with the performance of the what I can say standardized system, device, person, everything. So, basically in a class, I can give you an example. In a class, we try to find out similarity in the sense of similarity of the grade. So, we try to categorize a few students which are having similar type of grade. So, the word similarity is very common, we apply everywhere almost, as I told you, in our professional life, in different natural or natural processes, and also why not, if we try to apply similarity, rather if we try to find out similarity between two processes, two different phenomenon, then why not we try to find out similarity between mechanical objects and mechanical system. So, one important term that I am going to write today is the similarity. So, first of all, let us try to I mean understand it, and then we will try to write the formal definition of similarity. And you have studied, again I am telling, in undergraduate fluid mechanics course that there are different types of similarities, right. So, I mean you have studied in the course of fluid mechanics, in fluid mechanics course, that is kinematic similarity, Number 2, dynamic similarity. Number 3, geometric similarity. Now, this we have studied, but question is, why do we need to really look for kinematic similarity, dynamic similarity and geometric similarity? So, at least now in the context of this course we will try to understand that similarity can also be applied among the fluid machines, and this is very much needed. So, I mean, before coming to what do you mean by kinematic similarity, dynamic similarity and geometric similarity, and in particular if we really try to find out similarity between two objects, similarity between two hydraulic machines, why we are trying to find out kinematic similarity, dynamic similarity and geometric similarity, why not other similarities? But question is, having studied about or having understood about the kinematic similarity, dynamic similarity and geometric similarity, can you really find out the overall similarity between two mechanical objects or two hydraulic machines? So, the similarity is essentially, first of all, before coming into that particular aspect, let us first try to understand what is similarity. As I told you, that I mean say for example, if we try to find out the performance, we are trying to find out the similarity between two students. So, performance similarity of two students, I mean now question is similarity of what? Should not we try to find out similarity of the attitude between two students? Should not we try to find out similarity of the performance between two students? So, there are so many points, so many so many factors. So, similarity of which factor is important, that we try to understand first. So, now question is, what is similarity? So, similarity is basically a chapter of one special topic of fluid mechanics, in which basically the analysis stroke study among certain physical quantities with dimensions and unit of measurements is, so the topic related to the analysis and study among certain physical quantities with dimension and unit of measurement is termed as similarity analysis. Okay. So, now if we try to underline a group of words, say certain physical quantities with dimension and unit of measurement, right. So, as I told you few minutes back, as I have given you an example, that when you are trying to find out similarity, now the similarity, I mean as a teacher, if you try to find out similarity between two students, I will definitely look for some physical quantity. That quantity may not be the attitude I am looking for. So, as a teacher I may try to find out similarity of the performance between two students, right. So, certain physical quantities, those physical quantities will definitely define, I mean those physical quantities will vary from system to system, process to process, device to device, like this. So, now and we will definitely try to find out the we will try to do some analysis among certain physical quantities with their dimensions and measurement. Now, see, in the context of fluid mechanics, perhaps we have also discussed that in the context of fluid mechanics we are what I can say, we focus our attention on a few parameters like velocity, force, I am not writing pressure. So, I mean pressure, if I try to, force, when you are talking about force, so pressure will definitely come into the picture, and then the last one is coming about, in last one is related to the geometry, that is physical structure. So, these three are important points. So, in the context of fluid dynamics, if we try to find out similarity of velocity, force and geometry between or among many components, many parts. So, now fluid machines or hydraulic machines is also, without having proper understanding about or of the fluid dynamics, it is very difficult to understand the phenomenon which is occurring inside the hydraulic machine. So, if we are really looking for the similarity of velocity, force and geometry in the context of fluid flow problem, fluid flow analysis, we also need to stick to the similarity of velocity, force and geometry again when we are trying to find out similarity of hydraulic machines. Okay. So, now this is a little bit of introduction I have given you, that we can find out similarity of many or several physical quantities, but in the context of fluid mechanics we will be discussing about velocity, force and geometry, since you have studied about the velocity, force and geometry. So, velocity, if the velocity is equal of the model and prototype. So, the word I am using model and prototype, then probably it will be kinematic similarity. When you are trying to find out similarity of force or forces between model and prototype, then this is called dynamic similarity. And if model and prototypes, if the geometrically they are similar, if the geometrically identical, then we call it geometric similarity. So, identical in velocity is nothing but the kinematic similarity, identical in force or nature of the forcing or magnitude is nothing but the dynamic similarity, and identical in geometry or physical structure is termed as geometric similarity. Identical, that is the model and prototype both are they are identical geometrically, force acting on them they are identical, and also the velocity vector, velocity diagram, everything of velocity magnitude, if they are identical in model and prototype, then it is said to be kinematic similarity. Now, so question is hydraulic machine. So, till now we have understood that our objective behind studying similarity is to find out, see again I am telling that to standardize, to compare. So, if I again take that example, that in a class if you try to find out, if I try to discuss about the similarity of performance between two students, definitely the grade will automatically come into the picture. I really do not have intention to find out similarity of attitude between two students, right. So, but as a teacher I may try to find out definitely attitude, similarity of attitude between two students, but most importantly the similarity of the performance. So, then in the context of hydraulic machine, why similarity is important? See, try to understand, till now we have studied about pump, right, different types of pumps. So, now question is, we have also discussed that if we try to provide the H cube curve or power versus Q curve or efficiency versus Q curve. So, if we try to provide the pump characteristic curve, then we need to have pump testing, otherwise it is very difficult to provide the curve. So, if we need to go for pump testing, is it really possible to go for testing of all pumps? Say in a pump manufacturing unit they are producing 10 pumps in a day. So, in a month they will be producing 300 pumps, say radial flow pump. Now, is it really possible that the manufacturer will go for testing of every or individual pump? No. So, basically what they will be doing, so the manufacturer, the engineer associated with that manufacturing industry will be responsible to test a particular pump, and that is called model pump. So, they will perform test on a model pump. From the data, from the results, experimental results, they will try to predict the performance of the prototype, right. And if we try to predict the performance of the prototype, so basically I am already introduced two words, one is model, another is prototype. Model is basically say system or pump or any device. So, this is in which testing is done. See, in a laboratory scale, so basically laboratory scale, so system, pump or device, those are laboratory scale. A lab scale system or lab scale pump or lab scale device in which testing is done. So, basically I mean on which testing is done, the system on which testing is done, a pump on which the lab scale pump system is testing is done is called model. So, basically model pump, model system, model device. Now, prototype is nothing but a scaled up version of model, right. See, try to understand. So, the example again I am taking, in a pump manufacturing unit, say in a day they are in a position to manufacture 5 pumps or 10 pumps. So, it is really impossible for the manufacturer to go for testing of individual pump, right. So, what they will do? They are having their own laboratory, they will try to build up a laboratory scale pump, and they will try to rather they will perform test using that laboratory or small scale pump or laboratory scale pump, and the experimental data, experimental results they are trying they are obtaining, they will extrapolate, they will use those data to predict the performance of the prototype, that is a scaled up version of the pump, that is a larger pump, right. Now, question is, if we try to predict the performance results of the pump, performance results which is or which are obtained from a test on a model system pump to predict. So, by using the performance results of the performance results obtained by doing or performance results obtained from the model pump, if we try to predict the performance of the prototype pump. So, this can be made possible when, rather if. So, again let me tell you, performance results of the model pump will be used to predict the performance of the prototype pump if model and prototype are having similarity, right. Not only that, so basically say we are trying to predict the performance of the prototype pump or any device by using the results which are obtained from a test of a model pump, from the test of a model pump. then I can use the test results to predict the performance of the prototype pump only if the model and prototype are having similarity, right, otherwise we cannot. Not only that, same model pump we are doing test by using a model pump in a laboratory. So, in a laboratory when you are doing test using a model pump, maybe the fluid that is used is water now, or it is having certain viscosity, or it is a particular fluid is used whose viscosity density we know, right. Now, if the same pump is used to handle a fluid which is different from the fluid that is used in the laboratory scale. So, in the lab scale setup, the fluid which is used have certain viscosity, certain density. If the same pump is used to handle different other fluids, different other liquids, then can we predict the performance? So, definitely performance will be different, that you have studied, that you can clearly say from your fluid mechanics knowledge. So, in a model, I mean if we use the model pump to and if we are trying to gather experimental results and the working fluid is say water. Now, instead of water, if I use the same model pump to run using say slurry or any other liquid. So, what will be the performance? Can we predict from the results or from the previous results? So, these two aspects are very important in the context of hydraulic machines. Number one, performance results will be used to predict the performance of the prototype. So, if we use model pump to for the testing, the results which we are getting will be used to predict the performance of the prototype, that is the scaled up version. Number two, the liquid which is used to the liquid which is used during testing of the model pump in lab scale. Now, the same pump is used to handle different other liquids, then can we predict the performance? So, these two questions will be addressed if we understand this similarity. In fact, to address these two questions, we try to understand, we shall try to understand similarity, rather we will read, we will study about this similarity analysis. So, similarity analysis of hydraulic machine is required for number one, to predict the performance of prototype using the test results of a model in a laboratory. Okay. So, this is number one. Number two, to predict the performance of a pump when handling different liquid prototype I am writing pump, model pump in a laboratory. So, handling different liquid than that was used during experiments. Okay. So, try to understand. First one is to predict the performance of prototype pump using the test results of a model pump in a laboratory, conducted in a laboratory, or I can write, I can erase this. Okay. Number 2, to predict the performance of a pump when handling, when it handling different liquid than that was used during experiments. So, basically if we use water during experiment and if the same pump is used to handle say oil in real life application, can we predict the performance by using the data which was gathered during the experiment. Okay. So, these two important questions, to address these two important questions we need to study the similarity analysis. Now, for the hydraulic machines, I mean let me tell you, similarity of, I mean kinematic similarity, dynamic similarity and geometric similarity. So, kinematic similarity is what? In the, if we try to, if we consider say we have one small sperm and we are having right, say all pumps are rotating. So, you can understand we have drawn the impeller of a radial flow pump. What we can see from the figure, all pump, I mean the impeller of we have impeller, say this is 1, this is 2 and this is 3. These 3 impellers, what we can see from the figure, they are, I mean if we try to find out geometrical similarity, then see, can we say that they are geometrically similar? Yes. So, what we can see that, I mean if we consider this is model, that is scaled down version of the prototype. So, model is nothing but the scaled down version. So, this is a model that is scaled down version of prototype, right. Now, I mean if we try to go from impeller 1 to impeller 2 and impeller 2 to impeller 3, what we can see? They are identical in shape, but different in size. So, basically these 3 impellers form a series. I mean these 3 impellers are identical in shape, but different in size, right. So, these 3 impellers are identical in shape, but different in size and they are said to be geometrically similar to each other. So, these impellers, they are said to be geometrically similar with each other, right. So, basically this is the model pump, which is nothing but the scaled down version of the prototype. If we increase the size, that is diameter of the impeller, eventually we will be getting impeller 3. Now, by performing test on this model impeller, we can predict the performance of the pump or impeller 3. So, I mean I will be using pump itself. So, by using the results performed on this model pump, rather test results I should say, we can predict the performance of prototype pumps 2 and 3. So, these 2 and 3 are the prototype pumps. So, that is nothing but the scaled up version of the model. So, what we can see, they are identical in they are identical in shape, which is very important. So, we understand all impellers are having circular geometry. So, all impeller are identical in shape. It is not a case that impeller 1 and 2 they are circular in shape, while impeller 3 is elliptical. It is not a case. So, all pumps are identical in shape. So, that is they are circular in shape, but they are different in size, as the diameter is gradually increasing if we go from impeller 1 to impeller 3. If we use these 3 impellers to form 3 different pumps, then these 3 different pumps will form a series, and this series is known as homologous series. So, homologous series, I mean, so this pump will form a series which is called as homologous series. So, what do you mean by homologous series? So, you can place all pumps, or rather all several pumps can be put together to form a homologous series, provided they are identical in shape, but they may differ in dimension or size. So, basically shape should be identical. If out of these 3 pumps one is having elliptical shape, then they cannot form the homologous series. So, maybe they are differing each other, I mean if we consider the diameter of the impeller, but they are identical in shape. So, they all these 3 pumps together form the homologous series. Now, you try to understand. So, question is, if we perform a test on this model pump and if we try to predict the performance of this prototype pump, say 3, can we? It is essential, and we should be in a position to predict the performance of pump 3 by using the test or by using performing test on the model pump. And for that, see, we need to find out by how. So, we need to find out ways by how we really can predict the performance of pump 3 by using the test results, by using the results from a test conducted on this model pump, right. Let me tell you again, I can give you an example. Probably you have studied in fluid mechanics course that let me give you an example. Say we have a pipe, see all these 3 pipes, right. So, this is H, this is H3, this is H2, this is H1. So, you can see H3 is greater than H2 greater than H1. This you can see clearly from this schematic depiction, but see all 3 are parallel plate channels. Right, all three are parallel plate channels, you know. So, I mean see that channel is formed between two parallel plates. So, they are identical in shape. It is not a case that see channel 1 is formed between two parallel plates, channel 3 is formed between two parallel plates, while channel 2 is a circular channel. It is not a case. So, they are identical in shape, but I mean the height between two plates which are forming together this channel is different, and H3 is greater than H2 greater than H1. Now, question is, I mean if we try to find out the nature of the flow through the pipe, say this is flow direction, this is flow direction and this is flow direction, flow, so flow, right. See, I mean same fluid is flowing through pipe 1. So, this is pipe channel 1, this is channel 2 and this is channel 3. So, same fluid is flowing through channel 1, 2 and 3, right. So, we have considered 3 different channels and these channels are formed between two parallel plates. They are identical in shape, but the height between two parallel plates is different, I mean which is large for channel 3 or largest for channel 3, smallest for channel 1 and for channel 2 it is in between, right. If we allow same fluid to flow through these channels, right, and if we say, so basically this is geometrically similar, they are geometrical, these channels are geometrically similar. Now, I mean if we try to find out the similarity in the context of fluid flow, in any flow phenomenon we can try to find out similarity. As I told you that we can find out, rather we are we very often we are trying to find out similarity between anything, be it any process, be it any natural phenomenon. Now, so who can stop us to find out similarity of the flow phenomenon between or rather among these 3 channels. So, we can find out the similarity of the flow phenomenon among these 3 channels. Now, I can give an example. So, we can say that flow through all these 3 channels are laminar. So, I am telling, so flow through all these channels are laminar, and that is why this is basically similarity. So, all these are parallel plate channels, they are geometrically similar, Now, we are trying to find out, having said that these 3 channels are geometrically similar, we are also telling that the flow through all these channels are laminar. So, again they are similar, I mean laminar flow in the context of. So, in the context of geometrical or physical structure they are similar, they are identical in shape, but they are differing in size. Also in the context of flow phenomenon they are also having similarity. Why? Because all flow through all channels are laminar, try to understand. So, they are similar geometrically, they are also similar in the context of flow phenomenon. So, because all flow through all channels are laminar. Now, when can we say that the flow through all channels are laminar? we can say that the channels are geometrically similar because the channels are formed between two parallel plates, they are identical in shape, maybe they are differing in size. So, this is not violating the requirement of having geometrical similarity, right. So, I mean we can say that these channels together form a homologous series because they are similar in geometry wise, geometrically similar. We can say that the flow through all these channels are also similar, that is laminar flow. So, if we try to say that the flow also flow phenomenon is also similar in all these three channels as they are laminar, that means when can we say, because you know that the flow is flowing through the same fluid is flowing, density viscosity is also same, but they are hydraulic diameter or height between two parallel plates is differing from channel 1 to channel 3. So, we have to find out certain parameter so that we can call or we can say the flow phenomenon through all channels are similar. Laminar, that is fine because we have given the name. So, we know that if the flow through all channels are laminar, definitely we can say similarity, but behind it something is behind it, we have to find out when can we call the flow through all channels will be laminar. If they are laminar, then similarity will be attained, but when can we call that they will be laminar, rather flow will be laminar? If Reynolds number is same. So, it indicates the flow Reynolds number is same. So, if flow Reynolds number is same, then we can call the flow through all channels will be laminar, then they will be finding similarity in the context of flow phenomenon. So, what I would like to convey through this particular example is that even if you are trying to find out similarity between three pumps, they are geometrically similar and we can really predict the performance of pump 3 using the data or using the results conducted on this model pump 1, provided there are certain parameters, provided they are similar. So, now question is, geometrical similarity is fine because we have seen that they are identical in shape. In other similarity, when we are trying to find out other similarities, we need to find out certain dimensionless number. See here we are telling Reynolds number is same. So, it is a dimensionless number you have studied in fluid mechanics, right. So, if flow Reynolds number is same for all these three cases, then we can say the flow is laminar and perhaps they are forming they are showing similarity. So, flow phenomenon will be showing similarity when the flow through all channels will be laminar, which in a way is indicating us to find out to calculate a dimensionless number which is nothing but the Reynolds number. So, the take home message from today's discussion is that we should try to find out similarity between two any objects, between two any pumps, between two any processes. For that we have to, and we can say that two processes are similar, two pumps are similar, two objects are similar, provided there is a criterion for finding out the similarity. So, we have to find out the criterion for similarity, and for that we need to go for the dimensional analysis. So, we have to find out some dimensionless number. So, let me write that criteria of similarity requires a few dimensionless parameters, right. Now, so the criteria of similarity requires a few dimensionless parameter which are also known as pi terms, right. So, we have to find out, if we try to compare any two processes, the operation of any two pumps, we have to find out a few dimensionless parameter as a criteria of similarity, and those dimensionless parameters which are also known as pi terms can be find out from dimensional analysis. Right. Probably you have studied in fluid mechanics course that Buckingham pi theorem, which is used, which you have studied to find out these pi terms, and this is also the dimensional analysis. So, basically we will be discussing about Buckingham's pi theorem. So, Buckingham pi theorem will help us to find out the dimensionless parameters which are also known as pi terms, which will be very much essential, which will be very much required to say whether two pumps, to any other machines, two different processes will be having similarity or not. So, basically you know that. So, before concluding this lecture, let me give you an example. So, you know that the example that I had given you in the beginning of today's lecture is that, I mean, in our class also we try to categorize. So, we try to categorize, that means we can say a few students are similar in, I mean, we try to find out similarity based on their performance. When we can call a few students are similar based on their performance wise, if they are getting equal grade, or I mean they are getting grades which fall in a particular range. So, essentially we try to find out some dimensionless numbers, some numbers, if that any process, any pump is having the performance, the operation, anything, I mean if we can categorize those in a range of certain parameters, and by comparing the magnitude of these two parameters in the context of any flow processes, I mean whether it is flow through a pipe or flow through a pump, we can try to find out whether they will be showing, I mean they are similar or not. So, with this I stop here today, and we shall continue this discussion in the next class. Thank you.